Just about ready to go to work this afternoon. He'll make the start, his first of the regular season in the big leagues this year. We do remind you, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries. Here's the lineup that Turner will face today, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Rafael Furcal leads it off for the Cardinals. He's at short, followed by Skip Schumacher and Matt Holliday. Carlos Beltran is batting cleanup in right field this afternoon. Alan Craig will DH. Molina will catch. You've got Freese, Adams, and Descalso as your bottom 3 for St. Louis. Tigers starting pitcher is Jacob Turner. His minor league numbers, and they are presented by Soaring Eagle Casino.
Minor league numbers are not bad, and however, Turner is making a start here in the big leagues today, and he's got great stuff. Good two-seam fastball. He's got a nice curveball. He's got a changeup. He pitches with poise. Looking forward to watching Turner go out there and go up against one of the best National League offenses.
And Jacob will pitch in front of his parents today. Mark on the left there in the white shirt. Amy, his mom. And they are anxious as well for Mr. Turner to make his first big league start of this season. And Rafael Furcal settles in on a warm, steamy afternoon here in the Motor City. And game 3 in the series is underway. The first pitch missing outside to Furcal. Schumacher and Holliday to follow here for St. Louis. A couple of hits and 9 at bats for Furcal in this series. The 1-0 sails outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
For the most part, Tigers starters have been able to quiet down this St. Louis Cardinals offense, which came in leading the National League in batting average.
The 2-0 pitch. Bouncing ball to first, out of the reach of Prince Fielder into right field. It's a leadoff single.
Beaumont Health System is the sponsor of the Tigers defensive alignment this afternoon. In the outfield, you have Quentin Berry, you have Austin Jackson and Don Kelly. Miguel Cabrera, Ramon Santiago's at short today. Rayburn getting a start at second, and the Prince. He is at first, and fresh off the disabled list, and their all-star catcher, Alex Avila.
Here is Skip Schumacher now, the leadoff man on. Schumacher is 1 for 8 in the series and still batting over 300 for the year.
One of the things that Turner did not do well in the other couple of stints that he was in the big leagues, he didn't do a very nice job of preventing base runners from stealing. They're 7 for 7 against Turner in his spot starts he's had in the majors. He has to get better in that regard, and Jeff Jones said he has gotten better in that regard.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled straight back. 0-2 on Schumacher. Well, Alex Avila back behind the plate here this afternoon for Detroit, so they get their starting catcher back. And as we mentioned, piece by piece at least, the Tigers are getting a little bit more healthy. Avila went down for a couple of rehab games. Turner is still only 21 years of age, out of St. Charles, Missouri, which makes this start very interesting this year. Obviously his hometown team. He goes 6'5", 210. And a bouncing ball foul first base side. 0-2 on Schumacher.
I had a lengthy conversation with Jacob in spring training. This was before the games even started, and he was working on a new pitch. He was working on a slider. He threw a slider in high school, but once he started pro ball, they wanted him to concentrate on the sinker, the cutter, the change, and the curveball, and they took the slider away. But they added it back in spring training, and of course he is continuing to throw that pitch. It's a curveball here.
Turner was the 9th overall pick in 2009, and down goes Schumacher. First strikeout of the ball game for Jacob. 1 out. Here is the scouting report courtesy of Mazda on Jacob Turner. We mentioned he was the 9th overall pick in 2009, and still a baby, as they say, just 21 years of age. And last year he was in Erie and Toledo. The year before that in A-ball.
The real good ones come quickly, and Jacob Turner, top prospect in the Tigers organization and ranked very highly among all prospects in the entire game.
And of course, the hook here this afternoon is Mike Matheny, the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals, who coached Jacob in high school. Mike's son also played, and Mike made himself available to help coach that team, and so he has a history with Turner. Matt Holliday, the batter. 1 on, 1 out here. The first just underway. Tigers and Cards wrap up this series. The 0-1. Fouled straight back. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, it seemed that going into spring training this year, I think Turner probably was one of the front-running candidates to win that 5 spot, but then the injury hit, and that pretty much derailed his chances.
He didn't perform very well in the spring either, but you're absolutely right. They wanted him to win that job.
A job that Drew Smiley eventually won. Drilled to center field. Jackson on the run. He'll make the catch.
Austin Jackson gets such great jumps in the outfield, and he attributes it to when he played basketball in high school. Point guard, lethal first quick step, runs down everything, and makes it look easy too.
And that's what Leland was saying just yesterday. Everybody talks about the fact that they missed Jackson's bat, which is absolutely true, but he also provides a little bit of a security blanket for the starting pitcher, knowing that he's got a guy out there in Jackson that can cover a lot of ground. Wave and a miss by Carlos Beltran.
I read something in the offseason by one of those stat geeks out there, and they kind of measure the amount of range that each defender covers. And I don't think there was a center fielder that covered more real estate than Jackson on the list that I read.
I believe it. 0-2 on Beltran, and of course here at Comerica with a center field at 420, there's a whole lot of real estate to cover.
He has yet to win his first Gold Glove, but he will win 1 or 2 or possibly 3 before his career is all said and done. He's that good out there.
0-2 on Carlos Beltran. And he grounds one foul first base side.
Just got finished telling you that Turner in his big league career, the opponents have been successful at stealing second base 7 out of 7 times. Furcal has decent speed, but he has yet to take off, which is an indication that Turner has gotten better at keeping base runners closer.
Bender missing outside. What are some of the things the pitcher can do instead of just his move to first base? There are other things they can do, can't they?
Well, you can pause. Once you get to this position, you can sit there and wait while the catcher goes through a series of signs. You can pause in this position for a number of different seconds. Sometimes you can go straight to your delivery as he did there. There are different ways that you can slow the running game down if you do not have a good move to first base.
So the trick is not to be predictable.
Exactly.
1-2 on Beltran. 12-game hitting streak for the cleanup man for the Cardinals. What a year he has had after signing as a free agent. 19 home runs this year for Beltran.
It's the second consecutive season that the St. Louis Cardinals went out on the free agent market and acquired a veteran bat. They got Lance Berkman a year ago, and Berkman went on to have a tremendous season, making an all-star team. He's hurt now, but they've been lucky the last couple of years with their free agent picks.
Well, they have struck gold with Beltran. 311 batting average, 48 RBIs.
And there are a lot of teams out there that could have had Carlos. A lot of teams.
Six-time All-Star Beltran. And he got him, strike 3. Jacob Turner caught him looking, his second strikeout of the inning, and no damage done after a leadoff single for the Cardinals. Here comes the bottom of the first. Still no score in this one as we go to the bottom of the first inning here at the ballpark. Tigers fans enjoying themselves on a warm day today. And the Tigers starting lineup presented by Big Boy. It'll be Jackson, Berry, and Cabrera at the top of your lineup today. Fielder is at first base. Bosch, your DH. Rayburn, Avila, Santiago, and Kelly rounding it out for Detroit. Kyle Loesch, the starting pitcher for the Cardinals, presented today by Fox Volkswagen of Rochester Hills.
Loesch is just another one, an example of pitchers that have gone to St. Louis and kind of resurrected their careers. He has been one of their most consistent performers all season long.
And Jackson looks at ball one to start things off.
He does a lot of things right. He throws lots of strikes. He fields his position, commands his breaking ball.
We had a chance to see Loesch for so many years with the Minnesota Twins over here in the American League.
He brought that good control with him from Minnesota. All Minnesota Twins have impeccable control, but when he learned to sink the fastball to go along with that command, his career is taken on a whole nother level.
He's out of Chico, California, 33 years of age, Kyle Loesch. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Right back to the mound, knocked down by Loesch. AJ is out, one gone.
Let's take a look at the Cardinals defensively. It's a Holiday, it's Schumacher, it's Beltran in the outfield. It's Reese, Furcal, Descalzo, Adams in the infield, and Yadier Molina catching the third consecutive day here.
Well, it was 90 degrees each of the first two games in the series. The same story here today, and Molina's right back out there.
He's a gamer.
He is that. Here's Quentin Berry batting .322. A couple of hits in the series and an RBI. And he looks at strike one. 7 for his last 14. The 0-1 pitch is tapped foul, 0-2 on Quentin. Loesch's last win here at Comerica Park, you have to go back to 2005 when he pitched with Minnesota. Veteran right-hander off to a nice start this year. 0-2 on Berry. And he got him, strike three. Quentin is caught looking. First strikeout for Loesch, 2 gone.
Molina put his glove on the inside corner and he called for the fastball. It's four seam, it's 90 miles an hour, and Molina didn't have to move the glove.
Here is Cabrera, who is 2 for 8 in the series. In there for strike one.
Jake Westbrook did a masterful job against Mickey in last night's game. Miguel was 0 for 4 against Westbrook. And he got him to ground out to the left side of the infield 3 times, which Cabrera does not do very often.
Tigers managed only 5 hits against Westbrook, who went the distance. Ground ball left side of the infield again. This time for Kyle, backhands it, and the Tigers will go 1-2-3 against Kyle Loesch. 1 inning in the books this afternoon, no score. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Strength and stability since 1849. Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or see your local dealer today. And by Hot Lean Pockets. Ding! Hot Pockets. Back here at the ballpark where they're making some cheesesteaks here. Well, happy birthday.
No name?
Apparently not. Just happy birthday.
She got it.
Here is Alan Craig to start things off in the second. And the first pitch in there for a strike.
Now that promo you just read where you said ding.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing that. Is that on the promo or you just saying it?
Oh, no, it's
added value?
No, it's not added value. It's on there.
I just what? That's like the third day in a row. I'm like, is that on the card?
No, they're making me say that, dude. Do you think I would say that by my own self?
Well, I mean, first day I'm like, okay, he's trying to be funny today. And then the next day I'm like, well, maybe not.
No comedy involved. I just read them like they write them. There's a breaking ball strike. 1-2 the count. Craig, Molina, and Freeze here in inning number 2 for the Cards. By the way, you got a word ready today?
I sure do.
Because that HD read is in the hopper. It's coming up soon. Oh, by the way, here it is. Hang on, hang on. This game today is available in
incandescent.
Oh, nice.
High definition.
On Fox Sports Detroit HD, sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast.
Glowing. Shining brightly.
Let's see, now that's added value right there. Or value added.
I probably should have saved 1 or 2 of those words for later.
Down goes Craig via the strikeout. Third now for Turner. Incandescent.
He looks good. And we talked about the fact that he looked very good before coming up for this start here. Good changeup, good breaking ball. He's keeping the ball down. That's what he needs to do.
Well, Jacob struck out Schumacher and Beltran in the first, and now Craig here in the second.
When you watch Turner on the mound, and even in the prior 4 starts he had, even though he got hit around a little bit, you never, ever know it. He has tremendous mound presence. Most 21-year-olds don't have that.
Herrera backhands this ball. 2 gone. Poise seems to be the big word they use with Turner. And he's gotten a couple of quick outs here in the second inning. Let's bring up David Freeze. 1 out of 7 in the series. You mentioned these Cardinals came in as one of the top hitting teams in the NL, but in the series they were hitting .250 against Detroit pitching.
Verlander and Porcello. It slowed him down. Got a little help from the bullpen as well.
Ball 1. Freeze this year has hit 13 home runs. Ball inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
When your starters go out in their last 10 games and put up these kinds of numbers, you're going to go 7-3 in that span. And the bullpen, as we pointed out, very, very respectable too at a 1.43 in the last 10 games.
3-0 the count on Freeze.
You never know. Freeze might be swinging here. 3-0. He's got 13 home runs already.
He was not, and he looks at strike 1. 21 RBIs in the postseason last year.
That's raking.
It really is when you need it the most. When the bright lights are on. There's ball 4. First walk of the game for Turner. 1 on, 2 out, and it was really a magical run, not only for the Cardinals, but David Freeze last night.
No doubt about that. In game 6, when he hit the home run to win that game, one of the best games that I had ever witnessed. Freeze just got off.
There were a lot of key moments in that World Series in the comeback for the Cardinals, but David Freeze was in the center of most of them.
And to think where they came from, they were 10.5 games back as late as August 27th or something like that.
Yeah. It was really late in August. September was right around the corner. They were pretty much done. Gerald Laird, part of that team. Octavio Dotel, part of that team. Swing and a miss.
Their whole run started out as like a catchphrase, happy flight. They would be traveling from one city to the next, and they started out, let's just have a happy flight. They had a happy flight, and they had a lot of happy flights after that because they never stopped winning.
Here's the 1-1. That's back up the middle into center field, base hit. So a 2-out walk and now a single. And something brewing here for the Cardinals. Bring up the number 9 hitter, Daniel Descalso.
They've been able to throw some fastballs right by Adams in this series, and he threw him back-to-back changeups. And Adams has one of those swings where he doesn't have a lot of movement, and he loves the ball down like most left-handers do. And he absolutely scalded that ball right back up the box. And you got to continue to throw him some fastballs up because he's had difficulty swinging at those pitches. The flip side of that is Avila hasn't been here the last couple of days, and of course Turner is making his first start of this year. But I'm sure Jeff Jones and the pitching coach probably alerted Avila how they had been pitching Adams in the series.
Descalso has had a pretty good series, 3 for 6, and an RBI, and he takes ball 2 high, 2-0. Two-out walk to Freeze, and then Adams with a base hit up the middle. He's taking, it's a strike. 2-1 on Descalso. For Kyle would be next if he keeps it going. Turner today making the start for Drew Smiley, who is trying to come back from that blister problem. Drew pitching in the minor leagues in a rehab. Ball low, and the count goes 3-1.
I like that pitch right there. Turner and also Avila understanding that you can't live in the major leagues by throwing 2-1 fastballs by good fastball hitters. So you tried the breaking ball, and he didn't bite on it. But I do like the idea.
Ground ball to first, and it's gloved there by Prince. Nicely done. Threat is over for the Cardinals. They get a walk, a single, and a strand 2. And we played 1.5 here at the ballpark. Downtown Detroit, beautiful day for baseball. Tigers and Cardinals wrapping up this 3-game series, and the Prince stepping in for Detroit as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Fielder, Bosch, and Rayburn. Facing the right-hander Kyle Loesch. And his first pitch is in for strike one.
Got to give it up for these fans this afternoon. Another hot, humid day. 90 degrees, and this place is packed to the rafters.
Big crowds the first two nights of 36,000 plus, then 38,000 plus. 1 ball, 1 strike on Fielder. Tiger big boys in this series have struggled a bit, just 2 for 16 when you include Cabby's and Fielder's numbers. Cardinal pitching has handled them so far. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fielder came in batting .306, good for 10th in the American League. And Loesch missed again. 3 balls and 1 strike. High fly ball. Right field corner. It's going to hang up right to the warning track as Beltran runs it down, and 1 gone. Well, Mark and Amy Turner, of course, the parents. There's Mark, the father of Jacob Turner, enjoying this one today. Not the only proud parent in attendance. So is my partner, Rod Allen, who told us just a couple of days ago that, yesterday, 2 days ago, Andrew was signed by the Detroit Tigers.
Yes, they did. As a non-drafted college senior, he's getting a chance to go out and do something that he has wanted to do for a long, long time.
That is Andrew on the right there in that beautiful family photo. And congratulations to you, buddy. I know that it's got to be a real big thrill to see your son kind of following your footsteps play pro ball.
No doubt about that. When you've been there every step of the way, and you've coached him in Little League and T-ball and all the other places that you have coached him, and you've watched moms drive them to all the practices as you've seen your son and your lovely wife do for your boy. It's a blessing. I'm very thankful the Tigers gave him an opportunity.
So congratulations to Andrew Allen, the newest Detroit Tiger farmhand, and I guess he's going, Gulf Coast?
Yes, he's already down there.
There's a mile-high pop-up, shallow right field. Who wants it? Beltran coming in from right field to bail out the second baseman, Descalso. 2 gone.
As a matter of fact, Andrew is staying in the same dorms down there in Lakeland that I stayed at when I spent that 1 year in the Tigers organization before finally going over to the Major League hotel.
Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They haven't changed much.
Come full circle. They had the Rod Allen suite there?
No suites.
2 outs. Here's Rayburn. No runs, 2 hits for the Cardinals. No runs, no hits for Detroit. 5 straight retired by Kyle Loesch to start this one. And a strike called on Rayburn. Rayburn on the homestand, 2 out of 9 after being recalled from Toledo. Here's the 0-1. Drilled down the left field line. There's the first Tigers hit. It'll go all the way to the wall. And Rayburn is on his way to second with a 2-out, 2-base hit.
When you go up against Loesch these days, and the Tigers already know this from his days when he wore a Minnesota Twins uniform, he is not going to walk you. He's going to give you lots of fastballs, and every now and then, if you're aggressive and you barrel up one, you can do as Rayburn did there, whistling that double down in the left field corner. Loesch is not going to walk you. He is going to come right after you.
Tigers have their first hit, and now the first at bat off the disabled list for Alex Avila. And he hits a ground ball to second. Right there is Descalso, and that is that for Detroit. No runs, 2-out double stranded, and you're watching Tigers baseball this afternoon, presented by Bell Tire. Back here at Comerica Park as we go to the third, it is scoreless, and we invite you to vote for your favorite Tiger, whether it's Jackson, Fielder, Cabrera, doesn't matter. All-star voting going on right now, and hopefully the Tigers will be well represented this year. And you got to believe that Jackson, with the way he's playing, hopefully will get himself in the picture. You know, Fielder is leading at first base, or was at the last voting, and Cabrera certainly deserves to be there. Still scoreless in this one as we go to the top of the third here at Comerica Park. Top of the order coming up for Kyle Schumacher and Holiday for the Cardinals.
Second time through the lineup for the Cardinals against Turner. We'll see if they make any adjustments or if he needs to counter those adjustments.
Cardinals did threaten with 2 outs in the second on a walk and a single, but failed to score.
That's what the big leagues is all about, adjusting. A lot of times you can't pitch a good big league hitter the same way you did the first time that you got him out.
2-0 the count on for Kyle. Speaking of all-stars, Furcal is leading National League shortstops in votes. Here's the 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Furcal has played in 2 all-star games in his career. And he's played in the postseason a lot.
He's had a nice career.
A 3-0 is in for a strike, 3-1.
He can still play some really good shortstop. Still has one of the strongest throwing arms from that position.
We have seen him go to the hole here a couple of times in this series and make good, strong throws. Chopper hit third base side for Cabrera. And Furcal is out. Got a moment now. Let's go back to the studio and check in with Trevor Thompson. Trev. All right, Trev, thanks. We'll try and take care of business here today. Schumacher stands in and takes strike 1. Schumacher struck out of the first. Tigers so far have been limited to 1 hit. It was a double by Rayburn. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he missed the outside corner that time.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. 92 with that kind of late life. That's why the future is very bright for Jacob Turner. And if you continue to miss there, you're not going to get hurt up here.
2-2 the count.
Another good pitch. And if you continue to show the home plate umpire that you can hit that spot out there, even though it might be a little bit off the plate, you might get a few of those calls.
Ted Barrett, your home plate umpire for this one today. Three and 2 on Skip Schumacher, and he fouls it off. Turner now has gone to 3-ball counts on 4 of the last 5 hitters. He struck Schumacher out back in the first inning. Jacob this year was 2-1 with Toledo. And there's ball 4. 1 out, base on balls. That'll be the second walk issued by Jacob. Here are the numbers at Westminster Christian Academy as a junior and as a senior. He was a first-team high school All-American when he was drafted by the Tigers. A 0.61 ERA his senior year. Popped him up, middle of the infield. Rayburn and Santiago. Rayburn to the grass. 2 gone.
Hey fans, the Tigers played the Twins July 2nd at 7:05. The first 10,000 fans receive an Alex Avila floppy hat. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Well, with 2 outs now, that'll bring up Carlos Beltran with the runner at first. And a ground ball foul. You a floppy hat kind of guy?
No, not necessarily.
Go out fishing maybe?
On a day like today, though, I might bust it out. Take a peek at that graphic there. The Cardinals, they like to swing early. They like to swing often, as do the Tigers. We told you that last night if you weren't with us. Very aggressive teams.
We have seen that all series long. I mean, it really has been remarkable how aggressive this Cardinals team has been.
Well, their hitting coach was very aggressive as well. Mark McGwire. A lot of big league homers.
Here's the 0-2 outside. When we did our announcer swap last night, I asked Al Raboski if Mark McGwire maybe doesn't get as much credit as he deserves because he was known as a home run hitter. And he thinks it's true. He thinks he's done a remarkable job with his offense this year.
When you have a team that is hitting at a high level like they are, batting average standpoint, and yet swing very early in counts and doing the damage they are, yes, he deserves some credit.
Meanwhile, Jackson runs that one down, and the side retired. No runs, a walk. Turner so far so good through 3.
To be just an innocent bystander, to see a kid that leaves a very successful high school career and has a very bright future, and then to see him do the things that he needed to do to get him to this. And this is a dream, you know, to watch his first game. I remember watching it, and it was something just very proud for him and his family. It's a very, very special time, and once again, kind of kid that deserves it just by the way he's going about his business.
That's Mike Matheny, the manager of the Cardinals, talking about Jacob Turner, who he actually coached for a bit in high school. As the Tigers come to the plate here in the bottom of the third, and Turner has looked pretty good so far. He's pitched around a couple of walks.
I'm sure those kids that went to high school with Turner and Mike Matheny's son really benefited from Matheny spending time around those kids. Big league catcher. Won 4 Gold Gloves. Very smart young man. Well, very smart man, I should say. He is the youngest manager in the majors at age 41.
And Matheny getting the opportunity today, or this year, I should say, despite the fact that he hadn't managed or coached professionally.
And he knows about giving back. We told a story last night about Matheny when he was playing baseball at the University of Michigan.
That's in the air to right field. Beltran circles under.
And Bill Freehand was the coach there, and Matheny was having a very difficult time of learning how to swing the bat. He just wasn't having a lot of success. So Bill Freehand, he went to his good buddy Al Kaline, and he asked Al to come out to Michigan and work with Matheny, which Al did.
And Mr. Kaline, as he is every night and every day here at the ballpark, looking on. Here's Don Kelly. He takes a strike. You know, the one thing about baseball, Rod, is there are so many stories that are intertwined, and guys' paths somehow down the road always seem to cross each other.
No doubt about that, especially if you've been fortunate enough to spend a lot of time in the game.
Grounded to first, fair ball right behind the bag. Adams has it.
You know, we were in Cincinnati just on that last road trip, and Dusty Baker, when I was a 17-year-old kid at Dodger Stadium playing in a high school all-star game, Dusty gave me my first pair of cleats, which I took down to Sarasota, Florida with me, and I used them the entire year. Brand new pair of spikes he gave to me. 17 years old. He was playing for the Dodgers at the time.
Here is Austin Jackson with 2 outs. Ball outside. You guys still talk about that? Does he remember doing that?
He does. He does. We've become great friends. I love Dusty to death. He's been a huge mentor, not only for me, but for a lot of players in the game.
Well, Loesch has been extremely economical so far in this game. 2 out here in the third. Jackson batting. He's 0 for 1. That's in there, a strike. 2-1 on Austin.
He has got unbelievable command. He's thrown 30 pitches. Only 10 have missed the strike zone. Not overpowering by any stretch of the imagination, but he's keeping the ball out of the middle of the plate.
First 30 pitches to 10 batters. Loesch has found a way to get quick outs because he averages about 14.5 pitches per inning, which is one of the top marks in the National League, 5th best. There's a line drive foul.
Well, he's a good getaway pitcher then.
No doubt.
Getaway day guy.
3-2. Kyle Loesch led the Cardinals 14 wins and a career low ERA last year. Today, just 32 pitches so far. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Jackson goes down a 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Loesch. That is his second strikeout today. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Arby's. RBQ lovers rejoice. The RBQ sandwich is back at Arby's. Get yours today. And by AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. More food. Can't come to the ballpark without eating food. It is lunchtime, I guess. A little past, but that's okay.
That looks like that concession stand where I sneak down every now and then to get a hot dog from.
So you're giving away your secrets?
I sneak down there on occasion.
Do you?
Once a homestand at least.
You cannot beat a hot dog at the ballpark.
Especially get a little burnt.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Mustard?
ketchup, a few onions.
Alan Craig leads it off against Jacob Turner. As we go to the fourth inning, it is strike one. Craig Molina Freeze in a scoreless game so far. The series finale, the series is up for grabs. Each team with a win. Oh, 2.
Take a look at this play last night, and Craig comes in and tries to make a grab, and he dives, and his wrist gets caught underneath his body, and it didn't look good initially. He left the game shortly after this, but apparently he is good to go today because he's standing in the batter's box, but that did not look good.
The 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's why so many players nowadays in the outfield, they don't slide like that anymore. They don't dive like that anymore when they try to make really nice catches in the outfield. They use more conventional slide with their feet first.
That's what Maglio used to do all the time out in right field. And the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Alan Craig. Craig had one heck of a Game 7 in the World Series last year. Game-winning home run. He also robbed Nelson Cruz on a play against the wall in right field. Shattered bat, look out. The barrel goes toward the dugout. The ball goes to third, and Cabrera throws him out.
Take a look at it in Foxmore. It's a slider that gets outside, and it goes right to Cabrera. Cabrera is not playing a bad third base this year.
Not at all.
Not bad at all.
You know, when you consider the balls that are hit at him or to his left or right that you should make the play on, he has made just about every one of them.
No doubt.
Swing and a miss. And I really have been as well impressed on how he has come in on balls too.
Lost about 20 pounds in the offseason when he was told he was going to move to the other side of the diamond.
Here's the 0-1. A one-hopper hit to second. Rayburn stays with it. And Molina is out. 2 away. Speaking of third baseman, here's our AT&T trivia question this afternoon. Who was the last Tigers third baseman to start an All-Star game?
Good question today.
Really good one. We'll even give you a hint because we're feeling charitable today. He played in the Al Kaline era of Tigers baseball and is one of Al's best friends.
You're giving away a lot of hints today.
I should stop.
You're in a generous mood.
You want the first letter of his first name?
May as well.
No, I'm not going to do it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Freeze walked in the second. Jacob Turner in search of his first 1-2-3 inning. One and 2.
Tigers fans have some work to do if they're going to get their all-star slugger into the all-star game as a starter.
The 1-2 pitch. Line to center field. Base hit. Right in front of Jackson. It's a 2-out single for Freeze. On base for the second time in this game. And that'll keep the inning going now for Matt Adams. He singled in the second. A couple of home runs this year for Adams, who has been given an opportunity because Lance Berkman went on the disabled list with a knee injury. 23rd round pick of the Cardinals. And he shoots one back up the middle, but the shortstop Santiago gobbles it up and throws him out. So Turner flipping along, doing a great job here this afternoon. the fourth here at the ballpark. The Bernstein Advantage brings you the scouting report on Kyle Lohse. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you. And as we can see, since joining the Cardinals, Rod, his numbers have been a whole lot better.
45 and 34 as a Cardinal with a ERA just over 4. Opponent's batting average, of course, a little bit lower. They gave him a 4-year contract when they first got him, and he has lived up to that 4-year contract.
He has gone 8 of 10 first pitch strikes, and now 9 of 11.
75-mile-per-hour breaking ball there to Berry, excuse me.
Swing and a miss. 0-2. Of course, Lohse is seemingly part of a long list that Dave Duncan has been able to turn around in his days as the pitching coach with the Cardinals.
He has resurrected a few.
0-2 on Berry. And Quentin lays off. 1-2 to count.
Berry not getting many fastballs anymore. He has proven that he could slap that ball between shortstop and third and hit line drives up the middle. So he's gotten quite a few breaking balls here the last couple of days.
Just off the plate. 2-2.
He's laid off the last 2.
Waiting on deck, Miguel Cabrera. I was talking to Quentin yesterday about his minor league career and the fact that he never really has gotten an opportunity up until this season. He said, he made up his mind a couple of years ago that he probably wasn't going to be an everyday player in the big leagues. So he had to concentrate on doing the things that could get him to the major leagues and refining those skills that can help a big league ball club, whether it's stealing a base, dropping down a bunt, playing defense. And he fouls off another.
And he has done all those things in the last 3 weeks that he's been up here. He has taken advantage of this opportunity.
And I think most guys, Roddy, you'd probably agree, think that they can play every day in the big leagues. And it takes, I guess, a certain attitude to realize, well, maybe I won't be, but let's see what I can do to get there.
Well, if you don't think you can play in the big leagues, you probably should go home.
Right. Wave and a miss, and Berry goes down on strikes.
5 straight off-speed pitches to finally strike Quentin out.
1 out. And it's going to bring up Cabrera. Ground out back in the first inning, 0 for 1. Cabrera's had nice numbers against Lohse through the years, 4 for 11 with a couple of homers. Wind is really picking up, blowing from right to left this afternoon. There's a strike on the outer edge, 0-1. Cabrera is still second in the American League with 85 hits. And the 0-1 pitch. Sails inside. 1 ball and 1 strike, and the Tigers' third baseman.
Wind blowing right to left this afternoon at Comerica Park. Might be tough to hit one out to right, but if you get one up to left, it'll travel pretty far.
Well, the ball that Prince Fielder hit his first time up was a high fly ball deep into right field that seemingly the wind knocked down.
Yeah, I thought he got more of that when he left his bat.
He's waiting on deck. Going to be tough to get one out to right field today. Here's the 2-1. High pop up. Shallow left field. Holiday coming in.
Cabrera had an idea, because he's such a smart hitter, that Lohse was going to come inside with his 2-seam fastball. And you see him clear his hips out of the way. He is looking for this pitch. He just didn't barrel it up the way that he'd like to, and he got underneath it. But Cabrera is that smart a hitter that at times he will know exactly what you're trying to do, and he'll be sitting there waiting for you. He just came up empty that time.
Here's Fielder. Ball 1 to Prince. Average at 305 now for Fielder. Still in search of that first hit in this series. Prince now 0 for 8. That's in there, a strike. 1-1. Tigers trying to get their 34th win of the season here today. Still trying to get back up to that 500 mark. Cardinals are 1 over the 500 mark. 2-1.
We have seen quite a few teams from the National League, and this Cardinals team is right up there with one of the best we've seen this year.
I would agree, and really with Pujols not being on this team this year, I'm really impressed at what they've been able to do offensively. Beltran certainly has added another dimension. Ball high, 3-1.
Cincinnati's going to have to keep winning the way that they have been able to win, although they've lost their last 3, because this Cardinals team not going anywhere.
Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's in there, a strike. Loesch did not give in on 3-1. Now the count is full. Bosch waiting on deck. No runs, 3 hits for St. Louis. No runs on just 1 hit for Detroit. There's another drive deep into right field. This time it's going to cut through the wind and go way out of here. Yikes. Prince just pulverized one. That's unbelievable. Halfway up the seats and right.
76-mile-per-hour lollipop curveball from Loesch, and absolutely drilled by the Prince. Talk about lifting and separating. That's a big fly.
Some style points on that one. I'm not sure a hurricane could have stopped that fly ball. Tigers get the game's first run. Prince hits his 11th of the year.
I've said this on many occasions that Prince, even though very big guy, burly guy, strong guy, has a very quick bat. Most guys that have the kind of power that he has, they don't necessarily have quick bats, but they have longer swings and they have a lot of power. He's got a really quick bat.
And it's not as if he took a 96-mile-an-hour fastball and turned on it and hit deep out of here. He provided most of that punch. 1-0 is swung on and missed. 1-1 on Bosch. Tigers have their second hit. Prince has his 45th RBI as well. They are measuring that home run, or estimating it, I should say, at 425 feet. And it was every bit of that. Here's the 2-1 offering. Outside, 3-1 on Bosch.
Here's where you're 3-1. If you're Brennan, you have to be dialed in for your fastball. You have to be dialed in for your fastball, and you can't be thinking about the fact that this guy's got great command with his off-speed pitches. And you can't be definitely looking for anything slow. Stay on your fastball. If you hang something else, you'll get to it.
Had a rip. 3-2.
Loesch has the ability to throw an off-speed pitch for a strike in this count. He has that kind of confidence in his secondary pitches.
Molina dropping down the signals. And the 3-2 coming home. Popped up foul back out of play. They're still talking about that long ball. The crowd's still buzzing about it as well. Shot to left field, base hit. 2-out single for Bosch.
It's a nice piece of hitting there by Brennan. Good two-seam fastball by Loesch, tailing away from him. I don't even think the ball was on the plate. Brennan went out and got it and got himself a solid single.
A couple of 2-out hits for Detroit, and now they have 3 for the game. That'll bring up Ryan Rayburn. He doubled with 2 outs in the second, did not score. And he looks at strike 1. So after really buzzing right through 3 innings, the pitch count now starting to elevate a bit. 25 of them here in the 4th frame. The 0-1. On the outer edge, 0-2 on Rayburn. Did not particularly agree with that call from Ted Barrett as he walks out in protest. And the 0-2. He went right back out there and missed. Rayburn getting a start at second base today as Santiago went over to short. Johnny Peralta getting the afternoon off. Tigers have a grueling 10-game road trip coming up, which will begin in Pittsburgh, and then of course the stifling heat of Texas. The heat of Tampa makes obviously no difference because of the dome. And he missed again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Loesch has struggled here in the 4th, without a doubt his most stressful inning. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Every single pitch that he threw to Brennan Bosch was away, and Bosch finally singled to left field. And in the 5 pitches he's thrown to Rayburn, every last one of those pitches have been away from Ryan.
Loesch now has gone to the 3-ball count on the last 3 consecutive hitters. The runner goes with 2 outs, and a drive down the left field line, hooking foul. Just a hair out in front of that one. Otherwise, the Tigers would have had their 2nd home run in the inning. Ground ball to short. Ranging left for Cow. And the inning is over. However, the Tigers scored first in this one with one mighty swing of the bat by Prince Fielder. 425 feet on this home run.
look at the three grips here of Jacob Turner, the youngster. Up the left there is the breaking ball, and then he has a couple of different changeup grips. So let's run that, and you'll see the action on all three of these pitches. Good breaking ball here. He's been having that the entire game. Now take a look at this changeup right here. This is the second one. This one acts a little bit differently. This is more of like a fading changeup, and this one runs in on the right-handed batter. So he holds the changeup a couple of different ways and gets different action on the changeup.
Well, the Tigers have gotten Turner a run to work with now as we go to the fifth inning on the Fielder home run.
And so far, he has acquitted himself very nicely. 66 total pitches, 42 of those have hit the strike zone.
Here is the number 9 hitter, Daniel Descalso. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1 on Descalso. He is 0 for 1, a bounce out back in the first inning. He'll be followed by Furcal and then Schumacher here in the fifth. The 0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Turner regarded as the top Tigers prospect for the past couple of years. In fact, he earned a spot on Team USA for the Futures game, which was held at Chase Field in Arizona prior to the All-Star game last year. Futures game, a prestigious event for young players who are highly thought of. He has fallen behind 3-1. And a ball 4 high. So Descalso gets a walk. The number 9 hitter is aboard.
Hey fans, the Tigers host their AL Central rivals, the Minnesota Twins, July 2nd through 5th at Comerica Park. July 4th, all fans will enjoy a special post-game fireworks show. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Yeah, that July 4th game, the holiday, is a night game here at the ballpark. Fireworks following that one on the 4th. Get your tickets. You can barbecue during the day, have a blast, and then come to the ballpark, watch the Tigers win, and then shoot off some fireworks.
Sounds like a plan.
Here is Furcal. Chase the runner back. Tigers lead 1-0 here in the fifth. Each team with 3 hits. Ball outside. Furcal taking a long look at the signals. Single and 2 at bats today for Furcal. And the runner goes. Here comes the throw from Avila. The tag is in time. Descalso was out by a wide margin.
Descalso really doesn't have a whole lot of speed. He's only stolen 2 bases this year. Very nice job here by Jacob Turner, giving Avila enough time to throw, and Avila throws very accurately to Santiago, who applies the tag. If you weren't with us earlier, we told you that Turner really had to work on this part of his game. In his prior 4 starts in the major leagues, base runners were 7 for 7 against him in stolen bases.
Well, Avila was able to cut down Descalso. And the bases are empty. 2 balls, 1 strike on Rafael Furcal. There is Turner's 2-1 pitch. Low with 3 balls, 1 strike. And Jacob has gone deep in some counts today. He has walked a total of 3. Here's the 3-1. He has walked another. 4 base on balls for Turner. Jim Leland, Gene Lamont, Jeff Jones. All looking on as the Tigers try and take yet another series from a National League club. They will play the Pirates over the next 3 days, which will wrap up interleague play for Detroit. And again, interleague play this year has been good for the Tigers. 9-5 against the NL so far. Ball down low, 1-0 on Schumacher.
Command is usually not an issue for Turner. He had one start in the minor leagues where he did walk 5 in a game, but not more than 3 in any other start.
Rolled foul, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, maybe the Cardinals will continue to help Turner out in this inning. For a call with 9 steals this year, leads their team. And maybe he's in a running mood, and it looks like Avila is in a throwing mood this afternoon. Couple walks, couple caught stealings.
Line to left center field. That's going to get down. A base hit. It's going to go to the warning track. Let's see if they get a run in here. Oquendo will hold the runner at third base. It's a double for Schumacher, and the Cardinals are in business now here in the 5th. Second and third, 1 out.
It's a fastball there. Gets too much plate in the 1-1 count. Nice inside out swing by Schumacher. Gets himself a stand-up double. Jackson did a very nice job in center field cutting that ball off and preventing it from going to the wall. Had he not, Furcall would have scored easily.
So here is the number 3 hitter, Matt Holliday. Some trouble now for Turner. There's the 4th hit of the game for the Cardinals, their first extra base hit. And a wave and a miss, 0-1.
That's a real good pitch, knowing how aggressive these Cardinals hitters are as a team on first pitches seen in any at bat. Holliday can't do anything with that.
Holliday has been a really good interleague hitter in his career, .316. He fouled it straight back.
He was performing at a really high level at the beginning of his career when he was playing for the Colorado Rockies. And of course, really good offensive players in Colorado don't ever really get their due because of the ballpark that they play in and the fact that it's a very hitter-friendly yard.
He knocked in as many as 137 runs with Colorado back in 2007. Trying to drive in a couple here. He's down to the count 0-2, and Turner taking too long, so he'll step out. There's action in the Tigers bullpen. It's Luis Marte, the right-hander, Dwayne Belo, the left-hander.
If you're Turner, you have to make sure that whichever pitch you execute here is something Holliday can't get to.
And he couldn't get to that, but he wouldn't offer.
Count now 1-2, still very much in Turner's favor, and it looks like Holliday is the aggressor here, so you may want to waste another one and see if he'll swing at another one of those breaking balls in the dirt before you really have to get too much plate. Got away with a hanging breaking ball there. I like the pitch call, but the execution wasn't good.
Ooh, not at all. 1-2. Holliday 42 RBIs this season. And Avila goes down to sap that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A walk to Furcal, a double by Schumacher, leaving runners at second and third with 1 out. Jacob has walked 2 in this inning, but Avila caught Descalso trying to steal. In the air toward right field, moving over, Don Kelly. And he'll make the catch, run into the railing, and the run will score. Both runners will tag up. Donnie held on to that baseball, maybe hurt a little bit. Gingerly walking back to his position, but Holliday will get the RBI.
Nice concentration here by Don Kelly. Grabs it, can't stop himself, and alertly gets the ball back into the infield.
Yeah, and he really had to alertly do it because Schumacher was thinking of coming home from second base. He was coming to third base very hard as well. So it's a 1-1 game. And Carlos Beltran will not hit. And we'll walk him intentionally. And go after Alan Craig. There's ball 2 outside. Low scoring game here this afternoon, much like last night's contest. Each team with a run, only 7 hits between the 2 clubs. And there's the completion of the intentional walk, which means 3 walks in the inning now for Turner, and that's going to bring Jeff Jones out.
6th time Carlos Beltran has been walked intentionally. Hey fans, it's July. Don't miss the biggest event of the summer as baseball's greatest stars battle for home field advantage in the Fall Classic. The road to the World Series begins with the 2012 MLB All-Star Game, Tuesday, July 10th at 7:30 on Fox.
So the conversation is over, and now we'll see what Turner can do with Alan Craig. Runners at first and third and 2 outs. Sacrifice fly by Matt Holliday gets the run in. Craig is 0 for 2. Bounced out in his last at bat. And strike 1 is in there. Checked it outside. They want the appeal. He did not go, said Marvin Hudson down at first base. 1 ball and 1 strike on Alan Craig. Schumacher and Beltran are the base runners. Pick up there by Avila on the backhand. The count goes to 2 balls, 1 strike as the pitch count now is elevating for Turner. Jacob started his rehab this year in Lakeland. Made 4 starts there and went to Toledo. He was really performing well in his last 3 with Toledo. A 2-0 record, a 1.42 ERA. Prompting his call up here to make the spot start for Drew Smiley. Strike called on the inside part of the plate. 2-2 now on Alan Craig. in the air right field. Don Kelly coming in. And that is that for the Cardinals. So they get a run to tie it up. They strand 2. They go to the bottom of the 5th. Now 1-1. With the Cardinals, and between innings, Jacob Turner getting some handshakes. And Jim Leland comes back over to him as well, saying, "Good job, young man." So apparently his day is done. And he gives up just 1 run on 4 hits to the Cardinals this afternoon.
If his day is done, he could win it. He can't lose this game.
Tigers would need to get him a run here, though. It'll be Avila, Santiago, and Kelly facing Kyle Loesch. And a bouncing ball hit to the right side on the very first pitch. Descalso will throw him out.
Avila did that his first time up as well. He swung at the first pitch against Loesch and grounded out to Descalso.
Almost a carbon copy. 1 gone. Here comes Santiago. Tigers' only run so far against Loesch came in the long 4th inning. Gave up the long home run to Prince Fielder. That was it. Santiago flied out his first time. Here's the 0-1. In there, strike 2 called.
Ted Barrett has had a very generous strike zone all night, all day, I should say.
It's ripped into right field, and Beltran runs it down. 2 gone.
And as a hitter, that's all you can really ask for. Consistency.
No doubt. And he has been that. By the way, you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented by the Quarter Pounder with Cheese. Using your cell phone, text Tigers, then a space, and the player's uniform number to 37338. Or if you'd like, you can vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. Now Don Kelly with 2 outs, and he takes ball 1. Kelly is 0 for 1 in this game. Two balls, no strikes. Don Kelly going back home on the next part of the Tigers road trip into Pittsburgh. Grew up in the Pittsburgh area. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's outside.
Got an email from the PR department regarding Don Kelly and something that's going on in Pittsburgh, honoring him in some way the next 3 days, but I didn't read it yet. It's still there.
His college Point Park is going to be honored at PNC Park.
Oh,
that's why.
His college.
Yeah, his college that he attended. There's ball 4. He is aboard now with 2 outs. 2-out runner now for Detroit. Bring up Austin Jackson. Point Park University, the school that Don Kelly played for. They'll be recognized before one of the games, and Donnie will take part in that ceremony as well. I guess they had a really good year. Jackson looks at ball 1.
If you're Kelly at first base, when you take your secondary lead, you always have to have in mind, if you're not stealing, you have to get back to that bag in a hurry, because Molina loves to throw down there. He loves to try to pick guys off first base.
Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's done it really with somewhat regularity. I mean, he's done it 40 times, I believe, since 03. So he is not bashful about throwing that baseball around.
There was a time when Pudge Rodriguez was a young catcher with the Texas Rangers. He used to bait the base stealers as well by throwing the ball down to first base, trying to entice them into running. Can't think of many other catchers that do it as much as Pudge did it, nor as much as Molina has done it since he's been in the show.
Here's the 1-1. Jackson cuts and misses. 1 and 2 on Austin. 0 for 2 in this game today. Struck out his last time up. Jacob Turner's solid effort today, if he is indeed done. Now the 1-2, just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We told you that Molina behind the plate has several Gold Gloves, 4 to be exact. But did you know he got like a platinum award last year? They had to create a new award for him.
Well, what they have done is they give the platinum to the best defender of all the Gold Glove winners.
And he got it.
Gold's not good enough anymore. You got to win the platinum. There goes the runner, and it's lifted in the air to left. Holiday is over there, and that will end the inning. No runs, a walk, 1 left, 5 in the books here at the ballpark.
Tire is the sponsor of this highlight pack that we're getting ready to show you on the day of Jacob Turner. I like the fact that he kept the ball for the most part out of the middle of the plate. everything east to west in the strike zone, whether it be the breaking ball down and away to the right-handers or that fading changeup and two-seamer from the left-handers. Not a bad day for Jacob Turner. The only issue today was the fact that he walked too many. He walked 5 in this game.
In the end, he gave up just the 1 run. He will give way now as you look at his numbers. 5 innings, 4 hits, the 5 walks and 3 strikeouts. And out of the bullpen in a wall-side windows pitching change is Octavio Dotel.
Don't usually see Dotel this early in a game, but the score being tied at 1. And this is his first appearance since spending a couple of weeks on the disabled list with a tender elbow.
And Dotel here in the 6th inning will face Molina, Freese, and Adams. Check out the Farmers Insurance report card on the Tigers bullpen. Here are the splits this season. You see in the first 37 they were not nearly as good as they have been over the last month. 2.07 ERA. Best in the big leagues.
In those first 37 games, the Tigers bullpen, they lost at least 7 or 8 games after winning after the 7th inning. And they did not do that one time all of last year.
So here is Yadier Molina as we head to the 6th inning. And Molina is 0 for 2 with a couple of ground balls. Dotel missing high, 1 ball, no strikes. Octavio is on the disabled list with right elbow inflammation, which cropped up when the Tigers were on their last road trip in Cincinnati. It's fouled straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Of course, Dotel was a key performer for the St. Louis Cardinals down the stretch. Last year, they got him from the Toronto Blue Jays right around the trade deadline, and he did nice work out of that bullpen for them.
Fouled straight back. Dotel in 29 appearances had an ERA a little bit over 3 with the St. Louis Cardinals. Of course, he has many stops on his resume. It all started with the Mets back in 1999. Ball low. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Yadier Molina.
13 different teams for Octavio.
David Freese waiting on deck. Cardinals were able to tie it up after the Tigers took the lead on the Prince Fielder home run. A sac fly by Holiday in the 5th inning. Made it a 1-1 game. Breaking ball popped up. Left side of the infield. Santiago is there. 1 gone here in the 6th. Now David Freese. Freese on base twice in this game, single and a walk, but hadn't scored either time. And Dotel delivers a strike. Octavio with stops in Houston, Oakland, both New York teams, KC, Atlanta, Chicago, Pittsburgh, LA. Foul back out of play.
He's played in some nice spots.
That he has. Oh, 0-2. He has pitched in as many as 83 games in a single season. That was back with the Houston Astros. He has closed for several different teams as well. 1-2 on David Freese. Swing and a miss, and down he goes on strikes. 2 away. Let's go back to the studio now for a game break. Here's Trevor Thompson. All right, Trev, that's the plan right now. It's 1-1 in the 6th. Ball missing outside. 1 ball to no strikes. Got any theories as to why the American League has dominated in interleague play over the years?
Talent. Sounds kind of harsh, but I really believe that the best players are in the American League. They've got some outstanding players in the National League as well, but overall, pitching, power. I just think the American League right now has a few more stars.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Although, when you look at what happened in the World Series last year, clearly I think top to bottom, Texas probably had the more star-studded roster. St. Louis won the World Series.
St. Louis was playing some of the best baseball at the time. They were hot. They had a real nice 5-week run to end the season. But Texas was the best team in the World Series, just like the Tigers were the best team in the World Series in '06 that the Cardinals won.
Swing and a miss. 2-2 on Matt Adams.
That's where you have to pitch. Matt Adams, right around the belt buckle with those good firm fastballs, about 93. He can hit the ball down, but he has trouble with this one. Most left-handers do have a difficult time with that belt buckle fastball.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Dotel, a 1-2-3 inning, including 2 strikeouts. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Toyota, brought to you by your Greater Detroit Toyota dealers. Back here at the ballpark, and we are knotted at 1 in the final game in this 3-game series. Cardinals a run on 4 hits. Tigers a run on 3 hits. And we'll see if Quentin Berry can get something going here in the 6th inning. Tried to drop down a bunt, and he laid it foul, 0-1. Berry, then Cabrera, then Fielder. Quentin today with a couple of strikeouts against the right-hander Kyle Loesch.
He has gotten a steady diet of breaking balls today from Kyle. Q has been unable to lay off the breaking balls in the dirt.
This time he bunts it in fair territory, but Molina has that gun and shoots him down.
He needs a license to carry that thing. This is all about anticipation. If you're Molina, you know the fact that Barry struck out twice. He's going to try to use his legs to get on. This is not a bad bunt, but Molina gets out. He turns his body while picking up the ball, and then he throws a seed to Adams, the first baseman.
One out. Cabrera's 0 for 2. Loesch missing high. 1 ball, no strikes on Miguel.
Somebody's going to pay sooner or later because the big fella did not get a hit yesterday. 0 for 2 today.
Perhaps that someone is Loesch right now. 2 balls, no strikes. Loesch behind in the count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Big swing there by Miggy.
Another breaking ball, and he waves right through it. 2-2. Fielder will be next. Here's that AT&T trivia question. Who was the last Tigers third baseman to start an all-star game? It's kind of a tough one today. Ray Boone. How many of you got that? 1954. Last Tiger third baseman to start an all-star game. Checked it. 3-2 the count. I still get a kick out of Miguel pointing down at first base.
Asking for the check.
I mean, if the home plate umpire is not going to do it, don't ask him to do it. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Boy, Loesch strikes him out. 2 gone.
Now it's time for the AT&T Uverse reverse replay, and it was Prince's last time up. He got a breaking ball from Loesch and hit it 420 feet into the right field stands.
The home run for Fielder was his 11th of the year. 10 of them have been solo shots. It also produced his 45th RBI.
A lot of times Prince has come to the plate this year with the bases empty because Cabrera, usually when he's going good, he picks up all the RBIs. That is one reason why 10 of his 11 home runs are solo shots.
And that home run by Fielder back in the 4th was his first hit in this series. And I mean, it cut through a pretty strong wind at that time. The wind has since died down, but it was blowing from right to left. And it just knifed right through it. 425 feet on the home run. Here's the 2-1. Outside, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Kyle Loesch, to just about every hitter, it doesn't matter whether it's a left-hander or a right-hander. Everything away. Away, 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 away.
3-2.
There you have it.
Here comes a full count pitch. And he hit it in the air toward left field. Holiday moving over. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Lowe. 6 in the books here at Comerica. Still 1-1. Sitting here at Comerica Park. Tigers a run on 3 hits and St. Louis a run on 4 hits. The Ace Hardware Scott's fan poll question of the game is as follows. Who do you think should be the temporary closer while Jose Valverde is out? Is it A, Benoit, B, Koch, C, Dotel, or D, closer by committee? And it's real simple to enter your vote. Text ACE followed by a space, the letter answer to 37338. We don't know how long Valverde will be out. He is the closer for the Tigers, of course, but in the interim, with Valverde injured, who do you think should be the closer? I think Jim Leland is leaning toward mixing and matching. Koch did it the other night.
That would be D.
Yes, by committee.
Phil Koch has been pretty good in his last 5 outings. His earned run average is 1.23.
Daniel Descalso, the number 9 hitter, the first man to face him as we head to the 7th. Not a whole lot shaking here at the ballpark today. Only 7 hits between the two teams. Loesch and Turner each doing a pretty good job of holding down the opposing offense. Dotel pitched a 1-2-3 6th, and now Koch here in the 7th. Descalso takes strike 1. He was on base back in the 5th. He walked, but was thrown out at second base attempting to steal. He is 0 for 1 otherwise. And he drives one to center field. Jackson on the move. Almost got it. It's off his glove. Descalso is on his way to second, and he will pull in there. Jackson appeared to get the tip of the glove on it.
You know, we never ever see Jackson leave his feet in the outfield. Never, ever. However, if he does on this one, he makes this catch easily, and I think Austin probably thought he should have caught that ball without leaving his feet. It's amazing how you'll see some outfielders dive all over the place in the outfield, but Jackson gets such great breaks and has tremendous range. Very seldom has to leave his feet to make a play.
Yeah, that's, I guess, what I was going to say. Do you think that because he very seldom has to do it, that when there does arise an opportunity, he just doesn't do it? I mean, he's covered so much ground.
No doubt.
It makes all the plays look so easy. Now Furcal with the go-ahead run at second base, a double by Descalso. And he looks at strike 1 from Koch. Call with a base on balls in the 5th inning. He came around to score the St. Louis run on the sac fly by Holiday.
Phil has had a pretty good slider all year long, and if he throws one here, he might get for a call to roll over something to Cabrera or Santiago and prevent the base runner from advancing to third base on the grounder.
Popped him up. Shallow center field. Kelly and Jackson. Kelly makes the play in right center.
He did throw the breaking ball. He did not get the ground ball, but the pop-up works too.
Well, it was Koch that had to come on in the first game in the series when Valverde hurt himself, and Phil came on to get the final 3 outs. Went 1-2-3 in the 9th, preserving the 6-3 win for Detroit. He's on in the 7th inning here today. Schumacher stands in. Waving to miss. Schumacher had a double that set up that run in the 5th inning.
There's that slider. That's been such an effective pitch for Phil against left-handers and right-handers this year.
Here's the 0-1. Check the swing.
Phil Koch also has a changeup to go along with the mid-90s fastball and the slider, but he doesn't throw many changeups these days, pitching out of the bullpen.
Holiday waiting on deck. Cardinals trying to break this 1-1 tie in the 7th. Another breaking ball, and it throws in 1-2 on Schumacher.
Breaking ball down. This breaking ball was up.
Now the 1-2. Barely stays alive.
It appears that Schumacher is up there in the back of his mind, sitting on that breaking ball. Good fastball right here might get him a strikeout. It's got to be a good one. You have to locate it.
Bouncing ball right side. Fielder will feed the pitcher covering, and Koch hits the bag for the out. Advance the runner. 2 gone. Go ahead run now at third base and a chance for Holiday. Now Jeff Jones coming out.
Hey fans, help send Detroit Tigers Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder to the 2012 All-Star Game in Kansas City. You can vote up to 25 times at Tigers.com. Cast your ballot today for Fielder and Cabrera at Tigers.com.
I love that photo. Cabrera, vote for him. Fielder, vote for him. The 2 big guys both have an outstanding chance to be there. Well, the meeting is over now. Here is Holiday trying to break this tie. He bats here with 2 outs in the 7th and a man at third. Holiday had a sac fly in the 5th inning to tie the game, and he takes ball 1 high. Action in the Detroit bullpen. Luis Marte warming up. Tigers used Dotel in the 6th and now Koch here in the 7th. That one darts inside, 2-0.
It appears that the message that was delivered by the pitching coach Jeff Jones to Koch was not to really give in to Holiday. The first 2 pitches not close to the strike zone, even though Carlos Beltran, their best hitters in the on-deck circle.
That's in there, 2-1.
Hitting right-handed this year, Beltran hitting just .274, hitting .324 as a left-handed batter.
Another strike, 2-2. Holiday didn't like that call, and he may have a beef on this one.
Well, Ted Bear's been consistent really all day long. His strike zone has been very generous for both teams.
And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Holiday is out on strikes. And the threat is over. Holiday upset, slams the helmet to the ground. Phil Koch walks back to the bench. It's still 1-1.
Are the biggest out of the game. Phil Koch going after Holiday, but he threw the first pitch high on purpose because they're so aggressive. He fell behind 2-0 and he came back and threw 3 strikes, 2 breaking balls and a fastball and got the strikeout.
Meanwhile, Brendan Bosch pops up the first pitch just out of the reach of Yadier Molina. Tigers batting here in the bottom of the 7th. Bosch, Rayburn, Avila facing Kyle Loesch, who had 94 pitches thrown through 6 innings of work. The Tigers have just 3 hits in this game. The home run by Fielder providing their only run.
It has been a well-pitched series for the most part for both teams. Lance Lynn, who started the first game of the series for the Cardinals, really didn't give them a chance to win, but everybody else has been pretty good.
1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Westbrook certainly was yesterday, and Loesch has been as well today. Westbrook a complete game last night. Bosch checks his swing, and a strike is called by Ted Barrett. Victor Marte warming up now in the St. Louis bullpen. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's popped up. Shallow right field. Descalso, the second baseman, of the grass. And 1 out. Apparently Mickey Loach and Bob Gibson are here for this series. There they are. Here's Rayburn. Foul tip, 0-1. Rayburn a double back in the second, 1 for 2. Loesch has had 3 1-2-3 innings in this game as Rayburn cuts and misses. 0-2 the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Loesch 6 times in his career has pitched on a playoff team. 3 of those with Minnesota. And the Twins were winning the Central year after year, and he's reached 101 in the pitch count. Here's the 1-2. Fouled away.
Top fastball, just 91 today, but he has moved it all over the place. Inside, outside, up, down. Outstanding control.
Driven to center field. Schumacher is there, coming in a couple of steps. And Rayburn is out. 2 gone. How about the Comerica game summary here this afternoon? In a 1-1 tie, Prince Fielder has homered for the Tigers' only run. It was a long homer. Jacob Turner, 5 innings with 5 walks, 3 Ks, but only 1 run. And the Tiger bullpen in the series, 6 innings, 1 earned run. So here is Avila, who has seen just 2 pitches in this game. He's grounded out to second base twice on the first pitch. And he looks at strike 1. Avila's first game back off the disabled list. He was hitting .363 in the month of May, and then the hamstring problem cropped up in early June. He lost one into shallow center field. That's going to drop. Base hit. 2-out single. A little soft serve out there to center field. That'll keep it going for Santiago. Couple of fly balls for Ramon. He is 0 for 2. Both of them to the right fielder, Beltran. Only 4 Detroit hits in this game. Loesch now with the 1-0. And that is pulled right at the first baseman, Adams, for the final out of the inning. No runs and a hit, 1 left. We go to the 8th, and you're watching Tigers baseball today, presented by Bell Tire. the 1980s, the Cardinals not only had some sweet road uniforms, they also had some pretty good talent on their teams.
You know, they played on that artificial surface, and they had a bunch of rabbits that could really run, guys like Willie McGee, Vince Coleman, the Wizard Ozzie Smith, and they also had Jack Clark doing some damage, circling the pillows when he would hit the ball into the seats, led by Whitey Herzog.
He also had that turf at Old Busch Stadium where it would get scalding hot.
Maybe that's why they ran so fast.
They had some outstanding teams, and through their history, they have won quite a few ball games and championships. So Phil Koch back out there for his second inning of work as we travel to the 8th. It is a 1-1 game. Johnny Peralta has entered the ball game now. He'll play short. And second base is now manned by Ramon Santiago. Rayburn, meanwhile, heads out to right field. Carlos Beltran will lead things off. Ball one.
"19 home runs this year. And for Carlos, only 4 of those as a right-hand batter.
Beltran back in 2004 was a mid-season pickup by the Houston Astros for their playoff push.
How about that postseason?
And all he did was hit 8 home runs. Here's the 2-0. Get fouled back out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That postseason alone got him about $120 million contract out of the New York Mets.
That's correct. It's funny how that can happen, man. You get on the big stage and perform. The 2-1 pitch. Three and one on Beltran.
Once the property of the Kansas City Royals. Johnny Damon, also Jermaine Dye, were all young players in Kansas City at one time that Kansas City couldn't afford, and all 3 guys have gone on to have real good big league careers.
Ground ball, shortstop side to his right, Peralta. Beltran is out, 1 gone.
Jim Leland elected to allow Koch to go after Beltran because he only hits .274 against left-handers, and now it looks like he's going to go to his bullpen.
So the skipper comes marching out. Alan Craig is due up, and he'll take the baseball from Phil Koch. Pitching change here at the ballpark. Derail coming in. We'll be back. Top of the 8th inning at the ballpark on a nice, hot, humid day. Drink your water, that's for sure. Hey, as a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in today's game. It is brought to you by Miller Lite.
Craig is the first hitter that Villarreal will see here in the 8th inning, and Craig is one of those guys that usually does not like to swing at the first pitch. He takes it 8 out of 10 times, but after watching Villarreal last night throw about 26 pitches and only 2 breaking balls, this might be the time to try to jump on one of those mid-90s fastballs if you're Craig.
So Villarreal goes to work here. Koch goes an inning and a third. Dotel an inning as well out of the Tigers bullpen. That's at the knees, strike one.
He is true to form. He just does not swing at the first pitch. I don't think he has swung at a first pitch the entire series. Quite the contrast to his teammates.
Now he's down 0-2.
He took a swing at that fastball like his left wrist is still bothering him from last night when he came in and dove for that ball.
Well, he's 0 for 3 in this game. Ground ball, fly ball, strikeout. And he's behind here 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Villarreal carves him up. 2 gone.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. All 3 fastballs in the upper 90s.
So with 2 outs, here is Yadier Molina. Nothing going on for Molina today. He's 0 for 3.
They've kept him quiet in the series.
Strike one. 2 out of 11 in the series for Molina. Batting .319 this year. He's hit 9 home runs. He's got some room on the left side of the infield as Cabrera is guarding the line at third base.
If he gets a breaking ball from Villarreal, he might be able to shoot that hole between short and third. Otherwise, the velocity of the fastball for Villarreal might cause him to hit the ball the opposite way.
That'll get back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Koch got the first hitter. Beltran to ground out. Villarreal comes in, strikes out Craig, and now he's ahead of Yadier Molina. 1-2.
Gonna go slider here.
And it worked. Molina down on strikes. They will throw down to complete it. And that is that. 1-2-3 inning. Villarreal comes out of the bullpen and does what he does best. Picking up some strikeouts.
Cardinals have 5 hits. The Tigers only 4 hits in the game so far this afternoon. And don't forget tomorrow, there is more baseball as the Tigers head to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Tigers Live. That's Tigers baseball tomorrow at 6:30 here on Fox Sports Detroit.
And Mr. Pfister will be starting game 1 in that series.
He looked awfully good his first start off the disabled list 5 days ago.
Meanwhile, the Cardinals have gone to the bullpen now. Mitchell Boggs will check in.
And Mitchell Boggs has a big arm, just like a lot of the back end pieces for the St. Louis Cardinals. 9 walks, 25 strikeouts in 30 innings, and a sub 2.5 ERA.
Johnny Peralta stands in to face him. First pitch 95 miles an hour from the Dalton, Georgia native Mitchell Boggs. 6'4", 215. 5th round pick in 05. Johnny's first at bat, took over defensively. Trying to get something started here in the bottom of the 8th. So 1-1 time. High fly ball right field. Hit deep to the warning track, to the wall. Beltran makes the catch. Johnny gave it a shot. And that wind is unfortunately starting to pick up now from right to left. It had died down for a while. Here's the top of the order, Jackson. Cardinal bullpen was 11th in the National League coming in. And the Tigers will try and get to that pen here. They finally got low shot of the game. In there, strike 1 on Jackson. Skied in the air to center. Routine for Schumacher. 2 up, 2 down, and a pair of fly balls. They'll bring up Quentin Berry. Quentin is over 3, tried to bunt his way on last time, but Molina picked it up and threw him out. And the average of 311 for Berry. Only 4 Detroit hits in this game today. One of them, of course, the home run by Fielder. The only run the Tigers have gotten, but the Cardinals haven't done much better. 5 hits. They scored a run on a sacrifice fly by Holiday back in the 5th. Benoit in the Detroit bullpen. Half swing, ground ball back to the mound. It'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Mitchell Boggs. 8 in the books here at the ballpark. First, the first big date for the Red Wings, who will have a bit of a different look this year. That's the beginning of free agency.
It's always a good time.
David Freese will lead things off as we go to the ninth inning. 1 run, 5 hits for the Cardinals, a run on 4 hits for Detroit. And so Villarreal goes back out there after throwing 7 pitches to get 2 strikeouts in the 8th.
He threw 26 pitches in the 1 inning that he threw in last night's game.
Bottom 3 in the Cardinal lineup. Freese looks at a strike.
Jim has said that Villarreal is one of those guys that he's going to have to watch very closely during the course of the year, and to make sure that he does not overuse him, because there's a lot of violence in his delivery, and he throws awfully hard.
And he's not a very big guy. The 0-1. Make it 0-2 now on David Freese.
Pitch him consecutive days, give him a day off.
Leland also called him a gem. I mean, potentially this guy in the future could be a lights out performer at the back end of the bullpen. Here's the 0-2. Back to the screen. 0-2 the count stays on David Freese.
Well, he's got the kind of stuff that managers love to have when there's runners on the base paths. You can go to your bullpen and bring a guy like Villarreal out of it, and he has the ability to throw the raw ball right past big league hitters, get some swings and misses.
He's done a lot of that this year. The 0-2. Checked it, and he went. Strike 3. Did it again. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts.
He has always had a tremendous fastball, an electric fastball. He's thrown 99 here today, but this is the pitch that has gotten a lot better for him. It's a slider. You see the real tight spin. The hitter can't determine whether that's a fastball or a breaking ball because the spin is so tight. And then when the ball starts to break away from you, the right-handed batter, you can't hold up your swing. That was a really good look at what a slider should look like.
Matt Adams sends one high in the air to left center field. Jackson and Barry converge. Barry is under it, and there are 2 gone. Getting word that Don Kelly left this game with a bruised left knee that I'm sure he suffered banging into the wall, making the catch earlier in the game on that sac fly by Holiday. That's why Kelly departed. With 2 outs, here's Descalso. Twelve of the last 13 retired by the Tigers bullpen. Or Tigers pitching, I should say. Jacob Turner got the final out of the 5th inning, but then Dotel, a 1-2-3 7th. Coke came on. Now Villarreal. Descalso has had a nice series. Double and a walk today. He's had 4 hits and an RBI. And he rolls one to the right side. Easy play there for Santiago, and Villarreal doing it again. A 1-2-3 ninth inning. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The big boys coming up for the Tigers. Back here at the ballpark, it is the bottom of the ninth inning. Tigers and the Cardinals are tied up at 1 run apiece here, and the Tigers sending the major artillery to the plate. They've got Miguel Cabrera leading it off. Prince Fielder will be next. And the first pitch is hammered deep to right center field. Schumacher on the run, makes the catch and holds on. Boy, Schumacher got a nice jump on that ball and got there quickly.
Not only did he get a really nice jump on it, but he already had Cabrera shaded to the second base side of second base, because Cabrera hits a lot of balls right into that area, and he made a really nice grab.
Boy, did that look good off the bat. Boggs had a 1-2-3-8. He gets the first batter here in the ninth, and now he will depart. As the Cardinals go back to the bullpen. And we will step aside as they make a pitching change. Back to the ballpark in a minute.
Like we promised you earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And the starter, Kyle Loesch, didn't make many mistakes today, but he did hang a breaking ball to Prince Fielder, and Prince Fielder hit a solo shot 425 feet from home plate to give the Tigers their only run of the day.
Well, Mark Zepchinski comes out of the bullpen now for St. Louis.
He's a situational left-hander out of that bullpen for Mike Matheny, not pitching nearly as well as he did last half of the year after they acquired him. His numbers are up. The earned run average is approaching 5.5, and righties are hitting him pretty good. Lefties, not too bad.
So here's Fielder. And he takes ball one inside. 4 Tigers hits today. Their biggest was the one that Fielder had back in the 4th, a 2-out solo shot, made it 1-0. Cardinals tied it up in the 5th, and neither team has scored since then. Way outside, 2 balls, no strikes on Fielder. Pitching has dominated today, as it did last night. That's in there, a strike call. 2-1 on Fielder. Young has moved to the on-deck circle. There's a strike call.
Prince is telling Ted Barrett that ball's out, and he's not buying the explanation that Ted Barrett is trying to give him. Prince is one of those guys that stands right on top of the plate, so he has a pretty good idea when the ball is off the plate outside.
Slow tap foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Fielder. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the 9th inning. Schumacher made a really good catch out in right center field. Otherwise, Cabrera may have himself, well, at least a double, maybe a triple. Who knows? Here's the 2-2. Soft line drive over the head of the third baseman.
He has done that so much this year. 2 strikes, just fighting off a really good pitch. The opposite way because of the overshift by the infielders of the opposition. Thing of beauty there.
So Delman Young now is announced, batting for Brendan Bosch. That'll bring Mike Matheny out. He'll counter this move as he goes back to his bullpen. The winning run is on, and Marte will be summoned out of their bullpen. So as they make a pitching change, we'll take this time out.
Half of the 9th inning as Delman Young gets set to take his swings in the batter's box. And you know the drill by now. As soon as this game ends, our coverage continues with Tigers Live. You'll hear from the manager, Jim Leland, and the players. Plus, we'll break down the game, show you all the highlights. Tigers Live immediately after the game here on Fox Sports Detroit.
Victor Marte is the new pitcher for the Cardinals. Jim Leland hoping his squad could pull this one out in the bottom of the 9th. Chance to win this series. It would be 4 consecutive series they would have won. And here are the numbers on Marte.
And we saw him the other day. 32nd game now that Marte has pitched in for the Cardinals. The earned run average is not bad. Batting average about equal against left-handers and right-handers. He does have a big arm and has the ability to get himself some strikeouts.
So Delman Young pinch hitting for Bosch. Winning run at first base. That is Prince Fielder. Driven to the air, center field, hit well. Schumacher, though, has room out there. That brought the crowd to its feet. 2 outs.
Tigers have hit a couple of balls really hard in this inning, only to land softly in the glove of Schumacher.
Yeah, the first was off the bat of Cabrera that looked like it would split the gap and go to the wall. So now Rayburn with 2 outs. And he drives one in the air to center. Schumacher chasing this one back. And that is that. The Tigers hit 3 deep fly balls in this inning. They come up empty, though. Fox Sports Detroit are presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, feed your wild side. Well, this one to be decided by the bullpens, which will blink first. Joaquin Benoit is on now for the Detroit Tigers.
Joaquin Benoit is a major reason why this Tigers bullpen has righted itself. When you pitch the 8th inning, and usually you come in to shut down the jams of the other teams, it makes it easier for the closers. And Joaquin, with that changeup and that slider and spotting that fastball in the mid-90s, has been tremendous so far this year.
Tigers bullpen has retired 12 of the 13 men that they had faced ever since replacing the starter Jacob Turner.
44 strikeouts for Joaquin in 31 2/3 innings pitched so far this year out of that bullpen.
And the Turner family is still here. Dad Mark and Mom Amy.
They haven't moved.
No.
I think that's his brother.
So here is the top of the order coming up for the Cardinals. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for both sides here today. For Kyle leading it off against Benoit. Popped up bunt goes back into the seats. For Kyle, Schumacher, and then Holiday. Benoit this year has retired 21 of the 32 first hitters that he has faced. And that's sliced into center field, base hit. The leadoff man is on for the Cardinals. Second hit today for Furcal.
No doubt, somehow, some way, they're going to try to get Furcal down in the scoring position. Either he will simply try to steal second, or Schumacher will be up there sacrificing him down into scoring position.
Furcal this year 9 for 12 in stolen base attempts. Schumacher has a double and a walk in this game.
See Benoit's numbers last year and this year got off to sluggish starts in April, but got a lot better in May and June and throughout the remainder of the season.
There's a bunt, first base side. Benoit comes off to make the play and tag him out. Furcal will go to second base. Wasn't the most perfect of bunts, but he got the job done. So the go-ahead run down there at second. Now they've set up the middle of their lineup to try and drive this run in. Number 3 hitter Matt Holliday. Sac fly in the 5th inning. Knocked in the only Cardinal run to this point. Little looper into center field. Jackson coming on. He'll make the basket catch. 2 gone.
Jackson thought that ball was going to carry a little bit further than it did. He took a direct route to get to the ball, and then he had to readjust and come in to catch it.
Two gone. Now Beltran stands in, and he will not bat. They're going to walk him intentionally. Cardinals today are 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, 3 for 21 in the series.
Second intentional base on balls to Beltran in this game. Joey Votto leads the National League with 12 intentional free passes. Surprised Votto doesn't have more than that, the way that he can hit.
It was awfully impressive. We had our first look at Votto in interleague play. Of course, Cabrera knows what it feels like to be walked intentionally. 2 out intentional base on balls. And now it'll be Alan Craig. Two on for the Cards. Single by Furcal was sacrificed to second. And he popped him up. Should get him out of the inning. Peralta, inning over. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. Here comes the bottom of the 10th. game. Cardinals and Tigers tied up as they try and decide this series. Here's the upcoming pitching matchup presented by Gordon Chevrolet. Tigers will be in Pittsburgh tomorrow night.
A.J. Burnett is having a pretty good season in Pittsburgh, his first year in Pittsburgh after being traded from the Yankees. And Doug Fister was awfully impressive. He made a start 5 days ago. It was his first start since coming off the disabled list, but he had some really crispness to his fastball and good breaking ball and changeup as well. Craig finally swung at a first pitch strike here in this series. He had not swung at any first pitches of any of the Tigers, and he got himself a breaking ball that was right down the middle and didn't do a whole lot, and he is frustrated.
It'll be Avila to lead things off for the Tigers. The bullpen continues to just get it done for Detroit today. Avila had a single in his last at bat, 1 for 3 in his return to the Tigers lineup. Santiago will follow. And then Johnny Peralta. There's a strike called on Avila. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Alex. 1 run, 6 hits for the Cards. 1 run, 5 hits for Detroit. Cardinals, by the way, have stranded 10 men on base in this game. Tigers have left only 5. Avila does have a walk-off. That was Mark Melanson back against Boston at the start of the year. Way back on April 8th. Tigers got off to that rolling start this year. They were 9-3. Now the 1-2. Lifted back out of play. Tigers got their only run back in the 4th. The home run by Fielder. They've not done anything since in terms of scoring. That Prince home run went 425 feet. Way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Avila down on strikes. 1 gone.
Not a lot of offense in this game. It's our game summary. The 4th inning, Prince Fielder solo shot to right field. That was off Kyle Loesch. Loesch didn't make many mistakes, and then they countered in the top half of the 5th inning. It was a sacrifice fly to right field. And here's that play where Don Kelly suffered a left knee contusion and had to leave the game.
Santiago sends one into center. It's a base hit, and the winning run is on. 1 on, 1 out. That'll bring up Peralta. Tigers got a 1-out single by Fielder in the 9th. Couldn't score him, though. Santiago represents the winning run at first base in a 1-1 game. We're in the 10th. They got 7 frames today from Loesch. Boggs took over in the 8th. Zepchinski has pitched, and Marte has been on since the 9th. Peralta backs out of there. 1 ball and no strikes on Johnny. He made a bid his only trip to the plate after coming on as a defensive replacement. That was back in the 8th inning, sending Beltran just about to the wall in right field. Santiago back in, standing up again. What a great crowd here today for day baseball at the ballpark. Tigers today reaching the 40,000 plateau. 40,776.
Wow. On a Thursday afternoon?
Yeah, in fact, the biggest crowd of the series. Really impressive. Last night as well, for game 2 in the series, we were the most watched show in Metro Detroit.
I think it's that way every night.
Seems like it. One on, one out. Santiago representing the winning run. The 1-0. Johnny swings in the air, shallow left field, and it's going to drop. Base hit. Now the winning run goes to second. And you've got the top of the order coming up. It'll be the 7th Tigers hit in this game. Jackson a chance to win it.
Austin does not have a hit this afternoon. It would be a lovely time to pick up that first knock.
Ball 1. .394 this year with runners in scoring position. Santiago represents your winning run at second base. Fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's the first time today the Tigers have had multiple runners on base at the same time. Trying to get it done here in the 10th. Send this huge crowd home happy before they hit the road to Pittsburgh.
And if they have the right guy up, Jackson has been driving in runs in bunches since coming off the disabled list in Cincinnati.
And he hit him, and that's going to load the bases and put the winning run at third. Jackson nixed by that pitch.
Marte tried to come inside with a 2-seam fastball and just got the shirt of Jackson.
He's going to set up a bases loaded situation here. We'll see how the Cardinals want to play it with Berry coming up. He's already gotten his instructions from Gene Lamont. There is action in their bullpen. Freeman and Sanchez.
The Cardinals have to be aware of just about everything in this situation. It looks like up the middle they're going to play their middle infielders, not necessarily at double play depth, because Quentin is very hard to double up anyway. They're hoping on a ground ball they can simply come home. That's if Quentin's not up there bunting. Safety squeeze, could be a squeeze. A lot of things for the Cardinals to think about right now.
Now the crowd getting into it as well. There he swings, ground ball up the middle into center field. Quentin Berry has won it for the Tigers.
Had they been playing regular depth, that would have been a double play ball.
Instead, the Tigers celebrate. What a great win for the ball club today.
Can you say happy flight?
Happy flight. And 2 out of 3 for the 4th straight series. And Quentin is getting mad.
He is going to be the star of the game once again. We see you, Q. Infield in because of the speed of Quentin Berry. They didn't want to play double play depth. And the ball trickles right through the infield, right past the second baseman, Descalso.
Just enough of a seam to get through. And you know, Quentin Berry, here comes the handshakes, man. He's going to start slapping his hands after that ball gets through. And the young man has made the most of his opportunity this year. Quentin Berry's first career walk-off hit. And he is celebrating right now with Justin White.
Thanks a lot, Quentin. How good of a feeling was that?
A great feeling. Great feeling. You know, we was trying to get it done early, but got opportunity, and guys got on base for me, so it's great, man.
Tell me about the situation. Bases loaded, 1 out. What's your approach going up to the plate there?
Just get something, put a good swing on it, you know. I was 0 for 4 coming up. I was like, just give me a situation. Hopefully I can get a chance to get up there and try to redeem myself, get something going, help somebody, just try to get a pop fly, but got it up the middle, so I'll take it.
You've had some highlight moments since you've been in the big leagues. Where does this rank?
This is the best one right here because everybody's with it, and the team is pumped. Got some bruises in my ribs, but this is the best one right here.
And the win today gives you guys your 4th straight series win. How good does that feel now going on this long road trip?
It's great. We're ready to go. Keep it rolling. Keep winning these series. And you got to watch out because we're sneaking up on them.
How good was that celebration out there with your teammates?
Awesome. It's the best. You guys are great.
Thanks for your time. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
There's Quentin Berry, guys, the hero today. Back to you.
All right, Justin, thanks very much. How about Quentin Berry, Rod? This young man has done just about everything since coming up.
They have given him an opportunity, and he is making the best of the opportunity by just playing his game of baseball, hitting the ball on the ground, and utilizing the great speed. But you also have to give some thanks to Turner here, Jacob Turner. He kept the team in the ball game for five innings.
That he did, and the bullpen was sparkling again here tonight. Happy crowd going home. Great win for the Tigers. They take 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals. We've got a whole lot more coming up to the ballpark. Stay with us.